Yep, it's me. My ode to Mr. Rogers. How you guys doing? Welcome to another episode of Band Together Leadership Seminars. I believe this is number 9, and I'm looking fine. Let me take off my mask just to prove that to you. Yep, I'm Paul Everts. I'm the founder of Band Together Leadership Seminars. We go out to schools, to churches, to nonprofits, to now businesses. We work with kids of all ages, from middle school to grandmothers and grandfathers. I use John Maxwell's material. I'm one of the John Maxwell team members, and I'd love to come out and help you get better. I'm a speaker, I'm a trainer, I'm a coach with 30 years of teenagers' experiences and their parents as well, I must say. I'm a high school band director, and this is what I've started to do during this COVID time. So I hope this is going to help you. Just a real quick background. I do this because it's my passion. It's what I used to do first 10, 15 minutes of class time once or twice a week until some people did not like it and said, you know, I just want you to teach music. Just teach music. And I said, fine. So I found an outlet, and I definitely hope this adds value to at least one person out there. We're working on my E-triangle, and my E-triangle has 3 sides like any other triangle. We have respect, responsibility, discipline, and inside we have integrity, ethics, and faith. And today we're going to start on the ethics part. I'm going to do all I can to look at you with these beautiful eyes. Before we start, I just want to say I've had a great 2 weeks. Sent my daughter-in-law Ashley and our grandson Jason were here visiting from San Diego. They are stationed there with our son PJ, who is a naval officer, and he's getting back this next week. He's been gone since April. So my heart's a little heavy today, and to help that heaviness, I said I gotta do a YouTube episode about ethics and be a man who walks the walk and talks the talk. I got to get out of my funk, so I'm doing it with you. The other thing is that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week, I will be going to Tahoe with my beautiful wife. My heart's heavy. You know, I miss Ashley and Jason already. First time in my career, we have canceled band camp because of COVID-19, and I have thoughts about that too. But I'll just go ahead and keep those to myself. Had a great first ever instruction using Google Meet today with Rancho Cotati High School Band and their super, and not just band, color guard and choir leaders. I spent an hour and a half with them working on integrity. So I want to give a shout out to Rancho Cotati High School and to their band director, music teacher, Mr. Friel. And thank you so much for trusting this 54-year-old grandpa being able to do what I've done for the last 30 years via, I don't know, Google Meet. I have no idea what I even call it. I am a fish out of water right now. When I got done, I was so happy I started crying. And I told the students, I said, I cry at Lion King. I cry at Toy Stories 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm a crier. So I started to cry, and I told the kids, I'm sorry, this is just like over the top for me right now, and I don't know what to do. I'm so excited, it worked, and they were just really patient with me. I'm a dork at this stuff. To the point where I'm going to tell you again, I am looking for a manager, a publicist, a technological whiz to join the table with me. Come to my table. I feel really comfortable giving presentations. I feel terrible about selling myself. So if you want to join me, and I'm telling you, I'm ready to go. My transition from my career to retirement is coming sooner than later. This is not the official retirement announcement. Don't even know if and or when I'm going to make that. However, I would love to spread this news. To me, this is the controversial part of my presentation today. Everything I'm telling you and sharing with you is for every human being in the Western Hemisphere. Now, I would say the world, but the teachings that I'm giving to you through John Maxwell and through other people like Stephen Covey, Simon Sinek, Western Hemisphere, Western civilization, it's our roots. It's what we're coming from. So I'm going to say again, this is for every human being. And it was interesting today because I I actually apologized. And I don't know why I apologized. I was sitting there going, I'm going to take a risk with you kids. Music, from what I understood, and my message about ethics, today I talked to them about integrity, is meant for anybody, everybody. A quarter note doesn't see me at 54 or you at 16. That's not the way a quarter note works. And a quarter note's not going to get played differently because I'm a man and you're a woman, or because I'm heterosexual and you're gay. We don't play it differently. Same thing with this. Ethics for the Western Hemisphere, for Western civilization. And now I go to another place, I'll be talking a foreign language to them. And unfortunately, I think I'm talking a foreign language to too many people right now. I'm looking at some unethical behavior, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and start, shall we? Because again, I'm going to do my best to make these between 10 and 12 minutes long, and I don't want to bore anybody. All right, so again, we're working on the E triangle: respect, responsible, discipline, integrity, ethics, and then faith. And when we get to the faith part, it won't get too Christian-y for you, so don't get all spazzed out about that. But I'm just going to talk about faith in general and how come that's important. All right, ready to go? Here we go. Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. Potter Stewart, I love that quote. People of poor character tend to blame their choices on circumstances. Ethical people make good choices regardless of circumstances. If they make enough good choices, they begin to create better conditions for themselves. My guru, John Maxwell. Then, a man without ethics is a wild beast loosed upon this world. So those are the three quotes. Those are the foundation of this next presentation about ethics. And when I'm looking at this again, people of poor character tend to blame their choices on circumstances. That is where it is really challenging me right now. It's how people are responding and then blaming their choice of the response on what happened to them. That is different thinking for me, and I'm attempting to get the younger people to think differently, because here's the deal, and I told this to the young people today too, and I like to call them young adults actually. Nowhere do you see teenager in the Bible, Quran, Torah. There's nothing called a teenager. Teenager actually is part of the 20th century industry revolution. Then we had teenagers go to work. We had to call them something. So they're young adults to me. Well, what we talked about today is the fact that I need them to understand what they say and what they do is who they are. Okay? Their choice is who they are. There's no reason to blame COVID. There's no reason. I have to even watch myself. Just because you're 54 don't mean you're stupid. Okay? I can do technology. I would like assistance from people who know more about technology, because it's just not there for me. But I can't blame the circumstance. So you see, I hope that's making sense to you, and I love that. And then he also says, if they make enough good choices, they begin to create better conditions for themselves. So good choices, what we choose today, help us get tomorrow. All right, so leadership and ethics go hand in hand. Where are our ethical leaders? Where are the ethical leaders? One characteristic of ethical leadership is to influence others. Management expert John Maxwell characterizes leadership this way. He says, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. The ethical leader understands that positive relationships built on respect, that's part of my triangle, openness, and trust, and where does the word trust come from? Truth, are critical to creating an ethical organization environment. The underlying principles of ethical leadership are the following: integrity, honesty, fairness, justice, responsibility, accountability, and empathy. And going back to what I had said to these young adults, I'm 54. I don't have much more time compared to a 16-year-old. By giving this information to a 16, 17-year-old, they have 38, 39, 40 years of a head start than I did. This stuff wasn't written when I was in high school. It was there. Okay, it's there. It's in different forms. However, I think we as adults, we should be taking on more of that responsibility to teach them these rich words: respect, responsible, discipline, integrity, ethics, faith. These are human characteristics. These are what gets us through the day. These separate us from other animals. Excuse me. All right. So, Stephen Covey addresses a principle-centered leadership approach to one's personal life and organization development. Covey emphasizes that principle-centered leadership occurs when one's internal values form the basis of external actions. So what you are on the inside is going to come out to the outside. We're going to see it eventually. Principles-based leaders influence the ethical actions of those in the organization by transforming their own behavior first. It all begins with the leader. I have lost weight. I am taking vitamins. I am working out. I got to. If I want my students to change, I got to change too. I got to change my habits. Got to stand up straighter. All right? Covey encourages principle-centered leaders to build greater, more trusting, and communicative relationships with others in the workplace. I wouldn't just say in the workplace. I would say at home as well. Let's just do a couple more sentences. Ethical leaders strive to honor and respect others in the organization and seek to empower others to achieve success by focusing on right action. And an ethical organization is a community of people working together in an environment of mutual respect, where they grow personally, feel fulfilled, contribute to a common good, and share in the internal rewards, such as the achievement of a level of excellence common to a practice, as well as the rewards of a job well done. So the next couple of episodes are going to work on ethics and how ethics is going to make us stronger. We want to get stronger. Right now, there's so much chaos in this world. What are our poor kids thinking about? What are our poor young adults looking at right now? I mean, they go home every day and there's another window broken. They go home every day, there's another statue torn down. There's stuff happening. I hope someday we come together and we look at this going, this was a chance to learn from wrong. Learn from wrong. It's a mistake that's wasted, okay? I'm not looking for that. I won't even say the quote. I won't want to say the quote. But again, turn your mistakes into stepping stones for success. That's a great quote. And I'm hoping that all the mistakes that we're making is going to lead to greater success, because we need to begin with the end in mind. Every choice you make and I make, that's who we are. And what do you want to have said at your funeral? You got some thinking to do, don't you? How about seek first to understand, then be understood? Yeah, seek first to understand, then be understood. Talk to people. Authentically listen to them. That's one thing I have learned through this COVID process, is people want to be listened to. Okay, people got a lot to say right now. The next thing is, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I care about you very much. That's why I do this thing. Hire me. Let me come out and help you. Because it's a win-win. It's a selfish thing, but I want to learn how to get better too. And then finally, say it with me. I am doing the best I can. We got 2 more times. I am doing the best I can. I am doing the best I can. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope this adds value to at least one person. Today, July 27th, recorded for you. July 27th. All right, everybody. Take care. Bye.